Have men ever laid in bed, looked at the ceiling, and felt like their energy switch flips off just when they need it most? They are not alone. In fact, for millions of men over 50, the night isn't a rest, it's a silent battle. A battle against the fatigue that ruins the end of their day, the stress that refuses to go away, and yes, the slow erosion of blood flow that robs their vitality, even in intimacy. And every night they ignore it, the disconnection grows wider. Dr. Emily Carter is the speaker. For years, she has helped men regain their strength, circulation, and confidence. Not with magic pills, but with proven science-backed strategies. She has worked with thousands of patients who face exactly what viewers might be going through, and she can tell them that this is not the end, it's the beginning if they take the right steps. Here's the truth that most men never hear. Their body wants to heal, and their nightly routine holds the key. The last 60 minutes of their day can either prepare their arteries and mind for rest or silently damage them. That is why today she will reveal the 5 top nightly habits that can naturally boost blood flow, protect circulation, and restore energy for the next morning. And this goes beyond just staying healthy. These habits can help men sleep more deeply, wake up with more clarity, reduce stress, and feel connected again in a way they perhaps haven't in years. So viewers should stay tuned because in a moment, she will show exactly what to eat, what to avoid, and what small change can completely reset the body's natural power, all before turning out the light. Before diving into the topic, viewers should be sure to press the subscribe button and activate the bell so they never miss simple, science-backed advice to help restore their circulation and feel like themselves again. All right, let's begin with the first habit, and it's something most men do completely wrong the moment they sit down for dinner. Before serving themselves a big plate of pasta or red meat, there is one simple action that can reactivate circulation, relax arteries, and set the tone for a night of recovery. It all starts with what men eat and when they eat it. 1. A light dinner, low in refined carbohydrates. Every night, Dr. Carter emphasizes one thing before any other. No heavy food, no fried food, not even a glass of wine. She advises preparing something light. It takes less than 30 minutes, but the impact on the body and on many of her patients is profound. You see, after a day of work and movement, the digestive system needs a break, not an overload. If a man eats a large, heavy meal, especially one rich in refined carbohydrates like white bread or pasta, his body diverts an enormous amount of energy and blood flow to digest that food. His heart has to pump harder, his blood pressure rises, and his arteries tense up. Instead of preparing for a night of repair, he is preparing for a night of internal stress. Now, when opting for a key light dinner, it goes a step further. A meal low in refined carbohydrates, rich in leafy greens and lean proteins, does 2 key things for older men. First, it reduces the load on the digestive system, allowing the body to focus on cellular repair and hormonal balance. Second, it helps keep blood sugar levels stable throughout the night, preventing the spikes and crashes that can cause insomnia and morning fatigue. Dr. Carter has had patients tell her that this simple habit changed everything. Within days, they noticed they slept better, woke up with less bloating, and had stronger morning erections. And the best part is it's completely natural. No pills, no powders, no side effects, just a smart meal. But here's the key. Timing matters. This only works if it becomes a ritual. Something done at least 2 or 3 hours before bed, before the mind has time to wander into the chaos of the day. And if men think something this simple couldn't help with blood flow or kidney health, they should remember this. It's often the smallest daily actions that create the biggest long-term changes. So the next time dinner comes around, skipping the plate of pasta and starting with something the body truly needs is advisable, because how the day ends determines how blood flows for the next 8 hours. And speaking of habits that shape the entire night, the next one might be surprising. It has nothing to do with what is eaten and everything to do with how men relax. 2. Avoid blue light exposure. There is something profoundly detrimental about watching the nightly news or scrolling through social media right before sleep. Dr. Carter makes it a habit to turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed, even if it's just to read a book. That moment of screen-free calm does more than set the tone for the night. It actually helps reset the internal systems that keep blood flowing, hormones stable, and the mind functioning as it should. She explains that the blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and televisions suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. When the brain thinks it is still daytime, the internal systems cannot enter deep repair mode. The circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock, gets desynchronized, which can raise levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and reduce blood flow to the extremities. Many of her older patients who feel lethargic or anxious at night don't realize it's partly because they aren't getting enough darkness. The body thinks it's still daytime, and the blood flow reflects that. She once had a patient in his early 60s who started reading a physical book in bed instead of his tablet. That small change helped his sleep, his mood, and even his morning erections. He told her, "I didn't expect much, but within 2 weeks I felt more rested." So this simple habit should not be underestimated. A night in the countryside isn't necessary, just natural darkness in the bedroom. With no screens between the man and his rest, 30 to 60 minutes is all it takes to flip the switch. And it's important to remember, if living in a brightly lit area or it's midsummer, blackout curtains might be useful, but natural darkness is still important. It's not just about melatonin, it's about rhythm, balance, and connecting with the night. Now, once screens are away and the mind is starting to relax, there is one more nightly decision that can make or break progress, and it's probably sitting in the kitchen right now. Let's talk about the nightly drink. 3. Avoid alcohol and drink an artery-relaxing herbal tea. Dr. Carter is honest with her audience. Many of her patients love a glass of wine or a beer after dinner to relax. There is a comfort in that warmth, in that routine. And for years, like many of her patients, they thought their night couldn't begin without it. But over time, she noticed something. That nightly drink that used to relax them began to leave them feeling edgy, a bit groggy, and strangely more tired the next morning. And, more importantly, she saw a pattern with the men she treats. Alcohol, while not inherently harmful in small doses, can become a silent saboteur when men are over 50, especially if drunk close to bedtime. It increases heart rate, dehydrates the body, and raises blood pressure, all before the body has had a chance to prepare for rest. For men already struggling with circulation or high stress levels, this kind of nightly burden is not just unhelpful, it can be detrimental. That's why she began exploring gentler alternatives, and what she found changed her whole nightly rhythm. Carefully chosen herbal teas can not only replace alcohol, but also actively support blood flow, heart health, and energy levels without the crash. Teas like chamomile, valerian, passion flower, and even lavender offer relaxing properties, help regulate fluid balance, and improve artery elasticity. They don't just relax, they nourish. One of her patients, a lawyer in his mid-50s from Austin, used to drink 2 glasses of wine before bed. This was reduced to 1 cup. Then, chamomile and valerian teas were slowly introduced into his routine. Within weeks, his blood pressure improved. He felt more stable, less anxious, and even told her, "I didn't realize how much that wine was affecting me until I stopped needing it." Now, Dr. Carter isn't saying that men have to give up alcohol forever. If they truly enjoy it, have a small glass, but have it with dinner and after hydrating. Let the body prepare first, and try rotating in herbal teas a few times a week. They might be surprised at how different their nights feel, and once the beverage situation is sorted out, there is one last step, the one most men get completely wrong. It's not what is drunk or even what is eaten. It's the temperature of the room that can either heal arteries or silently damage them even more. 4. Keep the bedroom cool, no excessive heat. A few years ago, Dr. Carter had a 62-year-old patient, a former athlete, proud of sleeping with the air conditioning off to save energy. He came to see her because his energy plummeted mid-morning and his stress levels were slowly rising. He told her, "Doctor, I'm doing everything right. I go to bed early, I sweat. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do?" But this is the truth she had to share with him. After 50, the body doesn't need more heat. It needs smarter intention, especially at night when the system is trying to enter a deep state of rest. When men sleep in an environment that is too warm, the body works harder to regulate its temperature. That extra load can slow everything down, especially blood flow. Instead, what Dr. Carter recommends, and what she now practices herself, is keeping the room cool. She means a temperature of 65 to 68 degrees, $18 for text to 20 your circ text to see. Nothing fancy, just a temperature that tells the body, "I'm ready to rest, I'm ready to recover." These cool environments help blood flow concentrate on cellular repair. They promote oxygen delivery to tissues, especially the brain and the pelvic area, without impacting the nervous system or dehydrating the body. And just as importantly, They reduce stress hormones, the silent enemies of circulation. She recalls that same patient returning to see her 3 months later. He had changed his room temperature and started wearing light sleepwear. His labs had improved, his blood pressure was more stable, and he told her something that stuck with her. Doctor, I stopped sleeping in a sauna, and for the first time in years, I feel like a strong 62-year-old man. That is what is sought. Rest with wisdom, not with brute force or exhaustion. You relax to heal the body, not to punish it. And now that the body is ready for rest and blood is flowing, it's time for bed. Because the next habit not only improves mood, but also flips a biological switch that every man over 50 needs to restore circulation from the inside out. Dr. Carter has spent over 2 decades sitting across from men just like her viewers, husbands, veterans, grandfathers, men who once felt strong and stable. Now they wonder why their bodies feel like they are working against them. And time again, she has seen the same transformation begin with one small change: the way they end their day. If men want better blood flow, more energy, and more control over their health, the night is where it all begins. She has discussed 5 simple, natural habits backed by real science. Eating a light dinner to cleanse the system and activate digestive function. Avoiding blue light that wears down hormones and elevates stress. Opting for a healing herbal tea that hydrates and soothes arteries. And finishing it all with a cool temperature that allows the body to heal. These habits aren't difficult, they just require intention. And when they are combined night after night, the results aren't just physical, they are emotional. Men tell her they feel clearer, more stable, more confident. They no longer dread the day, they look forward to it. Dr. Carter knows how easy it is to believe that decline is inevitable after 50, that slowing down is just part of the deal. But she is here to tell them, as someone who has helped thousands of men turn things around, that they have more power than they think. It starts with the night. Master that, and everything else begins to shift. Their energy, their sleep, their intimacy, their strength. Because when blood flows freely, so does life. Now, if they are ready to take this to the next level, Dr. Carter has something else that can help put all this into practice day by day. Let's take the next step together. If this video helped in any way, viewers are asked to please take a second to like it. It really makes a difference and helps more men find this information. Leave a comment below and let Dr. Carter know which nightly habit they will start tomorrow, or what has worked for them. She reads every message, and their stories matter. And if they think this video could help a friend, a brother, or even their father, they should not hesitate to share it. One small click could change someone's day or even their health. Thank you for being here, take great care, and see you in the next one.